Alright, what's up guys? JaretCampisi with the beautiful Christina K. Welcome back to the channel. This weekend we are actually celebrating 4 years buying our first house together. So we figured we would take you guys along for the weekend and just celebrate, which is an incredible accomplishment for us. And we're super thankful. Tell you what we like, what we don't like, if we will be staying in this place, and everything in between. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. The first thing we should discuss since we're outside, if you don't know, I grew up in Pennsylvania, but we were living in California for many years. And when we moved out of California and bought this place, it made a lot of sense monetarily. But when it comes to the weather, it's like this half the year. Cold, rainy, cloudy, and shitty. So that's been quite an adjustment. But we'll talk about whether or not we're going to be staying in this place long term later in the video. But we have a lot of stuff to do today. It's actually Sunday, but we still are going to be heading to the gym. We're going to be stopping over to my mom's place, going out to dinner to celebrate, of course, the anniversary and some other stuff as well.
Fingers crossed we can trap a stray cat.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do today, so we figured it'd be a great time to bring you guys along and just talk about the journey that we were on, what we do for money, all that kind of different stuff, since we get asked all the time those questions. So we'll just kind of be answering stuff throughout the video. Speaking of strays, this is one of the strays. Pinky. He's gonna run if I come over. Hi, bud. What are you doing? This guy gets into more trouble.
3 years of taking care of him, giving him food, shelter, love, and I can still not even pet him. Oops.
Where's Jackie boy?
He's the only one outside.
This was a stray.
Well, she was a kitten.
She was a kitten they had out in the rocks.
It's easier.
Now she's in the house. This is my favorite right here. The Jackie boy. We did some research into this guy and found out that he's most likely a Siberian cat, which are super rare and exotic and from Russia, a Russian breed of cat, and they're very loving. They act like dogs, they hang out, and his purr is super loud. I bet if I pet him, we'll get some purr action.
He's sitting on his throne.
Jackie boy, you wanna give it some purrs? Wanna give it some purrs? Huh? There it started. There it goes. Come on. No, don't lick me. Just purr. Look, he wants to lick me. Look. There he goes. Get that purr going. So him and his sister showed up. Our neighbor has his sister, and we have him. But these cats can go for $3,000 to $5,000 apparently, if they're purebred, which I'm sure he's probably not. Although he does look and act exactly like what they say he should look and act like. So who knows? Also, if you guys haven't seen the content recently, I turned 42 years old this year, if you can believe it. One of the things that I'm trying to do is get back in really good shape. We were both track athletes in college, and then I actually did some bodybuilding as well. So I want to get back into not like necessarily stage shape to be bodybuilding, but somewhere close to that. So this morning I started off with some yogurt, 15 grams of high protein yogurt. And then I mixed myself a protein shake. Well, it's kind of like an all-in-one supplement, and this is what I am doing. So it's Aftershock is what it's called. So it has carbs, protein, an amino stack.
36 grams.
Yeah, creatine, glutamine, BCAAs, and a joint complex. So it's kind of like everything in one. And then I do a caffeine-free pump powder. It's kind of like a pre-workout, but there's just no caffeine. So I don't do caffeine or anything. Actually, so I pretty much stopped drinking alcohol unless it's like socially or we're celebrating or something. So basically, little to no alcohol, zero caffeine, mainly just drinking water and milk. That's pretty much it. And then I'll take you guys through what my diet looks like, and we're actually gonna go to the gym right now. So we'll take you through our workout today as well. Since we're in the garage, now is a great time to give an update on our current garage vehicle situation. So one of the things I do on my channel is I give away custom motorcycles. So this is one of the ones that we just finished, which is a custom Ducati Diavel. I worked with a company called Kick-Ass Designs to come up with this design, and then it's actually fully customized, custom paint. We actually also did custom wheels, which look absolutely beautiful, and we put tire stickers on there, say Campisi Customs and Kick-Ass Design. And then Moto Million sends me all my parts. They're a sponsor of the channel, and we actually give these bikes away whenever they're done. So if you're interested in helping to support projects like these and being entered to win custom motorcycles, patreon.com/Campisi Customs is always the first link in the description below. And then I also have my Lamborghini Diavel, and actually I'm thinking about maybe listing this for sale. I have a Lamborghini Street Fighter as well, and that one's for sale over at Warhorse of Camp Hill, and I might just sell both of them and just invest the money. I might do a whole separate video on this, but originally when we moved into this place, I was thinking about starting like a car and motorcycle collection as kind of like another way of like storing value or of like assets. But the cars and the motorcycles honestly just haven't done very well. Obviously I wasn't expecting like a normal car and stuff. They always go down in value, but some of the limited edition bikes and things that I bought, I was hoping that they would hold their value or go up a lot more in value. But our traditional investments like stocks, 401ks, crypto, all that just like completely destroyed all the other stuff that we were doing. So I think we're gonna invest more in that kind of stuff moving forward and probably be buying less cars and motorcycles unless they're giveaways, stuff like that. But also our Mercedes, this will turn around, they've reached out, they fixed everything on the car for us for free, and it has been perfect ever since. So cross our fingers that it continues to be great. I mentioned that I love the Mercedes brand. They're my favorite, pretty much my favorite car when it comes to like cars you can daily. So I would love to continue to keep this car. We don't want to sell it. And actually I was even thinking about possibly getting rid of my R8 and even maybe getting rid of your Corvette, and maybe either getting like the new Mercedes GT63 or just like a lower model that I can daily, that I can fit like golf clubs in and stuff like that. And we could even like take trips down to see Phil in and stuff. My R8 just it literally has no storage. You can't go anywhere with it. You can put like one duffel bag in the front and that's about it. Certainly can't put golf clubs in there. So yeah, I don't know. Our whole philosophy on life has changed a little bit. Maybe we'll do a whole separate video on that, but I think it's kind of pertinent for this video because when we bought the house, we had like different plans. I wanted to do like a build series in the detached garage. We wanted to have all this garage space for like collecting cars and motorcycles, and I don't think we're really going that route anymore. We're trying to basically downsize everything, have as little debt as possible, and just live a simple life and focus on things that really matter. Health
being like the top of the
health is like really important. Family, time with friends and family, providing good information for our followers, and trying to help you guys in your lives just live happy, healthy lives. And so that's kind of what we're focusing on. Obviously I still love cars and motorcycles, but I'll probably still do reviews and things like that at dealerships and stuff, and I'll have my bike build series going on. But as far as owning and creating like a collection of cars and bikes, I just don't think I really want to do that anymore.
Look how pretty the trees are.
Yeah, so
like, these trees are gorgeous.
They are actually.
The spring.
They kind of look like wedding trees.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like so beautiful.
But oh my God, I will tell you, we're gonna go. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the property on the way to the gym. My God, is it a lot to take care of. So when it comes to the house, and since that's really what this video is about, celebrating the 4 years in our house. Again, we left California to move into this house, and I will say I love the house and the property. It's a little over 11,000 square feet, a little over 11 acres, so it's a lot, especially for two people, which is what we wanted. We wanted space to be able to film and do all the things that we want to do without people watching or without being annoying to our neighbors and things like that. So in that regard, it's been really fantastic. But man, when it comes to taking care of the property, oh my gosh, I think what we spend like $20,000 a year just on the outside of the house, right? Something like that. And if you think about, if you start to put that in context, like if we got a 30-year mortgage on the house, just on basically the yard and the bushes and all that kind of stuff, if you average $20K a year over a 30-year period, that's $600,000 just on mowing grass, trimming bushes, edging, mulching, all that kind of stuff. That's an insane amount of money. And so it's when we start like really thinking about these types of things, it's not even really so much the money, it's really like the weather and the lifestyle here. And I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I kind of knew what to expect, and that's one of the reasons why I moved to California. And I did have a lot of hesitation moving back. It was
like keeping him up at night. Like,
yeah,
is
like,
it a good idea to
I was
move
like,
back?
oh, should we be
I know
doing
what
this?
It's like.
It's a great opportunity, but you know, is it worth it?
I did not grow
Are
up
we
here,
going to be happy?
so.
Like, are we going to be happy here? I think overall we are happy here. My family is here, which has been fantastic. I have a lot of friends obviously here because I grew up here. But I don't think this is a place we want to live long term. Originally, we had thought like it's fine. We don't work a 9-to-5 job. We can travel. When we get sick of the weather, or we just want a change of scenery, or maybe we can buy a separate house. But honestly, after owning a house, this is our first house that we've owned, and especially like a property like this, there's constantly things that need to be upkept, or stuff that goes wrong, and just things that need to be addressed. And it's almost impossible to be away for long periods of time.
Yeah.
So I don't think that we want to buy a second house, and I just don't think we want the financial responsibility.
Yeah. Well, we also don't enjoy traveling. Like,
right.
We're homebodies, so we'd rather live in a place that feels like a vacation place.
It's not that we don't enjoy traveling. We like going places. It's the physical part to get there that we can't stand. The flying, the traveling, the driving, the sitting in traffic and sitting in lines and all.
The past 2 times that I have gone to California to visit my family, both times took more than 23 hours to get back home.
It's so ridiculous.
And that's why
and the way you're treated and just booking flights and everything, it's all so scammy.
Every little thing. Soon enough, they'll be charging us to breathe.
Yeah, like.
Do you want to be conscious your entire trip?
Did you actually want to sit in the seat? If you want to choose your seat, you have to pay
stand?
money for that. It's just like, ugh. We don't like pissing away money, when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Corporations got so greedy.
Yeah, so we love the house, but probably not necessarily the location or all the upkeep. So I'm not sure.
Well, eventually, yes, we're gonna move.
I think we want to be like by a beach eventually.
That's our goal. We want to be closer to the ocean.
Yeah.
So
we loved California, but unfortunately, it's just far too expensive there.
The taxes
especially
are out of
when you're running a small business, which is what we do. Like, just moving out of California, the amount of money we saved in state tax pays our whole mortgage every year. Just to give you an idea. So like, it's almost like we're living in the house for free moving out of California. So financially and for our businesses and everything, it's been an incredible move.
Like, if I could live anywhere, I would choose California.
I would choose California as well.
Santa Barbara, but it's just too expensive.
But it's too expensive.
So if we were going to move from here, it would probably be East Coast beaches, North Carolina, maybe Florida.
We have friends in Miami, friends in Wilmington.
So we don't know.
But
let
again,
us know.
this wouldn't be happening anytime soon. So we're going to be here for a few years regardless. Also, I've been getting quite a few comments on videos and even on Instagram and stuff asking, why haven't I been riding motorcycles? I remember when you used to ride bikes and all this shit. Guys, it's been 6 to 8 months of either cold, snowy bullshit or rain. And I'm not the kind of person that rides in the rain.
The weather is awful here.
Yeah, like,
it is.
I don't think you realize, unless you live in central Pennsylvania, you can go 6 months without pretty much seeing the sun. It gets pretty depressing here.
Isn't State College where you
they call it Happy Valley, but it's
like
literally one of the cloudiest places in the country. It's kind of like a joke. And like, that shit gets depressing real fast.
In the wintertime, we have to take vitamin D because we don't see the sun, and then we get super depressed. Oh my god. So, yeah.
No, it is. It's really depressing.
It's really tough. We love the house.
Yeah.
We love the space. We hate the weather, and that's where it comes down to. Do we sacrifice a part of our happiness to have what we want, or do we leave the house and everything to go somewhere that'll make us a little bit happier,
We were even talking about just selling everything. All the house,
literally
all the cars, all the furniture,
all the bikes, everything.
Just renting like a condo on the beach and having
starting
nothing.
over.
No more bills, no more debt.
Well, there will be bills, but like...
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Drastically lower.
Yeah, like we were talking about like when were we happiest in our lives.
And it was when we had nothing.
Yeah, and it's actually not right now. And I think a big part of that is probably because of all the stress and the basically the debt and the bills and where we live as well. But like when we were starting out and building everything and we didn't really have any responsibilities and we were just focusing on having fun, like that's really when we were, I think, the happiest. And so that's kind of what we're trying to get back to now. If you guys didn't see our content from years ago, that CRV was a car that I was leasing whenever I got in an accident with my previous CRV, and looked just like that, black. And that's the car that we drove across the country when we quit our jobs and moved in with my mom to try social media full time. So when people are asking about what do we do for work, we're full-time social media, if you want to call it influencers, whatever. So YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, OnlyFans. So we have multiple sources that we make money from, sponsorships, yeah. But we took a lot of risks and we quit full-time jobs to pursue that. And my mom let us move in with her. We're gonna see her later actually for free for a year, and she said just try it full time. And that's actually, we just saw a photo that popped up on Christina's like Facebook looking back. In 2017, she bought her first motorcycle, which was a Yamaha R3. I think it ended up being like $6,000 or something like that, and we had to finance it, and we were scared to death on how we were going to be able to afford that
deals,
bike.
Nothing.
No.
It was just like, oh.
But it's just crazy
so
to think
stressful.
that in 4 years we went from buying a bike we were afraid if we were going to be able to afford to getting like our dream house. And not only that, but when we were also in my mom's house and we were starting like, she was really starting her YouTube stuff, and she was starting her first try-ons, and one of the first bikini try-ons that she did, we actually went to, I think, Victoria's Secret. Yeah, we went to the mall and we bought a bunch of bikinis for her to try on, and then we couldn't afford them, so she actually took them back
and
after that.
them.
She left like all the stuff on them.
You can even, I was watching the video yesterday, you can see like the price tags and everything.
It's just like,
And the crazy thing is, the day we closed on the house was the same day 4 years prior that I bought my R3, which is also the same day of my parents' anniversary. So this year's 42nd anniversary. It all happened on the same day in May.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
So Teens actually pulled the photo up. There it is.
Love that
2017 with her dyed blonde hair.
Okay,
which is
we don't have
almost
to
like
talk
orange.
about. We don't have to talk about the hair.
That's
Whoa.
hilarious.
We're talking about the bike.
Yeah, the bike. There it
Look
is.
at that
R3.
sexy R3.
Matte black R3. Her first bike.
Yeah, I love that bike.
And you've owned quite a few bikes since then. What bikes have you owned?
I did the R3, and then I did the Bayless V2. I've done the BMW M1000RR.
Those are the 3 bikes.
Those are 3 bikes.
I thought you had 4 for some reason.
Well,
we bought the MV for the giveaway.
I bought the MV for the giveaway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we're at the gym. We're gonna do a full body workout, but we always start out on the treadmill. We do 10 minutes of cardio, and then I'll take you guys through what we're gonna do for the full body workout. So we normally do 5 to 6 days a week lifting / cardio together. But today is kind of like a rest day, but we do like active rest days. So we're gonna do a full body, kind of like a light full body workout together, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, for the workout, as I mentioned, we're doing full body, kind of active rest day. So it's gonna be lightweight. This is obviously a warm-up set, but lightweight, slow, controlled reps, full exaggerated range of motion. So getting as deep as you possibly can, getting really good stretch and contraction, and just getting blood in the muscles and making sure that, I think this kind of stuff helps them like repair, and then it helps with flexibility and proper form and coordination and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're doing today with all the different exercises, and I'll show you like an example of each exercise. All right, next we're doing Smith machine deadlift. I love using Smith machine, especially on days where I'm going lighter. I just want to focus purely on the form and the squeeze and the stretch. So that's what we're doing. Again, we're keeping lighter weight. You can do these 2 different ways. You can do a more traditional, where there's more of a bend in the leg, or you can go straight leg, a bit more straight leg, where it's a bit more focused on your hamstring, glutes. But that's what we're doing. And then we're doing 1 or 2 warm-up sets, and then 3 sets, basically 10 to 12 reps for today. Okay, after squats and deads, we're moving to chest press, but we're gonna do incline because pretty much everybody's lower chest is overly developed, as you can see on hers. But look at her lats. She's just in here doing lats all day, I guess. What the fuck is going on?
I need my boobs to be lifted.
All right, after the incline chest, we're gonna move to opposing muscle group, which is the back, and we're gonna do some assisted pull-ups. I actually can do quite a few regular pull-ups, but I feel this more in my back and my lats, and you can actually see Christina's lats. See how she's getting a good squeeze at the top, comes all the way down, gets a really good stretch, and then back up. But she has really good lat development, actually probably better than mine, the way that her wings come out.
That's right.
Yeah, but yeah, just doing a nice full contraction at the top and a full stretch at the bottom. That's basically what you want no matter what, when you're lifting anything. I think way too many people just go too heavy, and they're not getting that time under tension, which is what actually builds muscle and strength. So that's what we're focusing on right now today.
All right, it's Jared's turn for the first of 3, and he's going close grip while I went wide grip, and then he'll switch it in the next one. But what do you guys think? Good form, squeezing at the top, good long stretch, Your biceps are just giant. What the heck is going on there? Oh my gosh, look at how big that is. Looks good. I think mine was better, even though I haven't seen it, but not bad. All right, next we're doing the isolateral shoulder press, hitting the shoulders and the tris. Jared loves this machine. Looking good and
keeping our elbows
juicy.
In, not out here.
Yeah, so I have shoulder problems, so I tend to have like a little bit of shoulder pain here. So I gotta keep my shoulder or my elbows in. But
you
looking
can mess
jacked.
around with your grip too. Like if you want to be out here, if that feels better. I like close grip here, which is more tricep. But keeping that elbows in is really important. All right, and then I think this might be our last movement, which is hitting our biceps and triceps. I think we're going to superset cable curls with tricep push downs, which are two of my favorite exercises for bis and tris. I actually like the machines because it keeps a constant tension on the muscle group instead of using the barbell where at the top there's no tension. Where here, when you're at the top, there's still tension. Taking your time, getting a full squeeze. Try not to move your elbows around too much. She's got a little tricep going there. She's all T&A, this girl, and lats, but it looks pretty good.
Here we go. Biceps and triceps. I don't know why, but it looks huge on camera.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Oh man, it looks good. Looks juicy. Do you prefer hitting your biceps or triceps?
Biceps.
Biceps.
My triceps, for some reason, have always been overly developed from pushing movements. So I usually don't go that heavy on triceps, and I don't really hit them that much.
You have a horseshoe of a tricep. See that?
Yeah.
All right here. Look at that. That's crazy.
My triceps have always been very well developed. I don't know why.
I think your entire muscle group, like your legs, like you can see every muscle group in his leg, every fiber. It's pretty insane.
That's a body fat thing. Okay, so we're actually going to end with one more exercise, which is the rear delt.
Delta weight.
If you look at her shoulder, you can see how she really does. She has a very underdeveloped rear delt right here. It's supposed to be 3D. So like if she flexes like this, actually it's a little better than I thought it was. But a lot of people have an underdeveloped rear delt, and especially with her, with being big busted, yeah, it's gonna pull your
shoulders.
Exactly. So if you want good posture, you have to make sure you hit your rear delt. And not only with this exercise, but even just doing like all your back stuff, your rowing and shit like that will hit your rear delt too. So that's what we're trying to hit right here. So some people like their arms straighter. She has a slight bend. That's totally fine too. But you're really trying to pull with your elbow. That's the main thing. Yes, and that's where you'll see this thing firing. And it's nice if you have a partner, if someone can just kind of like tap on the muscle, it helps you activate it. So yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was. But if you do have a body part that's underdeveloped, like for me, it's my arms I've been trying to bring up. I just throw those into... Yeah, they are. They are.
What?
You don't realize it, but they are.
Oh my goodness.
So, you see the difference?
This right here,
Yeah.
this little
See how
muscle.
It almost matches the size of the top?
Yeah.
That's what you want. You want it to be...
Like
that's
a
what gives
bazooka.
you... See when you look at my shoulders from the side, how it looks 3D, like fully round?
Yeah.
That's what you want. And then that will help keep your posture better too. And then same thing, when I'm pulling back, you want your chest up.
That itty bitty.
Yep, exactly. And see how it's flexed the whole time?
Yeah.
Yours was losing tension at the bottom. I'm able to just keep mine flexed. I think you might have needed to keep your chest up a little bit more as you're pulling back. All right, so that's the Sunday full body active rest workout. Done.
That was a mouthful.
Quite a mouthful. That's what she said.
Oh
There's the biceptuals looking pretty good. Tina Wiener's looking nice and juicy. Got to stay in shape for that OF content. And again, she did get both of her Instagram accounts back, which is amazing. They verified for the 7th time that they don't violate community guidelines.
Or 8, or 9, or 10.
Yeah.
Can't keep track at
So
this point.
that's really nice. I think we're gonna head over to my mom's house and play some cards.
Don't forget to stretch. Gonna do some stretching.
Yeah, we are gonna do some stretching. Mainly her. I don't know why I don't need to stretch. I'm flexible, so I'm good. I find stretching incredibly boring, but you guys should definitely stretch. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, we have arrived to my mom's neighborhood. And if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, if you remember the first build series bike I ever did, the 959, we brought the bike into here after we did the custom exhaust on it, remember? And I did, down here, there's no houses here yet. I think maybe might have been some on the other side. But, or maybe we did it on the other side. Yeah, we were on that street over there. And I did the whole walk around and I rode back and forth down here so you could hear the exhaust and shit. That was in this development, which is crazy because now my mom actually has a house in here. But yeah, it's wild how fast developments go up and like places that we used to film, and I think that video got like, I don't know, 150,000 views or something like that. It's just really cool to have those memories of places that now like my mom lives, which is pretty awesome. Look at this one, the Macers. She's still alive and kicking. Hi, Macy. She's a dang circle. This poor dog. This poor bulldog.
She's a good girl. Yeah.
Remember Mama Dukes? She's here on a Sunday, relaxing. You were in one of my first videos that ever went viral. Remember when we went shopping for a motorcycle?
Yeah, why is it some guy at the one thing at didn't know who I even was? He said, I've never seen you on any of his.
That was a long
Mom
time.
His mother.
Yeah, that video was
recently someone said they didn't recognize you. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but that video was 7 years ago, so why would he have seen that?
Hi, YouTube.
But that was one
I'm
of my,
Jaret's mom.
Yeah, that was one of my first videos that got over 1 million views. Remember we were sitting on bikes at Calps Ducati?
You pulled my pink purse.
I was trying to get you to buy a scrambler. Remember?
I wanted a scooter.
Was that when we first moved in with you?
Yeah.
When we moved back?
Yeah, the first time.
That's crazy. So
It
I was
all
saying,
started because of Natalie
yeah.
opening up her home to us.
We saw a photo on like the Facebook throwback thing today that showed in 2017 when she bought her first R3. Remember when we bought that bike, the black one, at your house? And it was like, I think 6,400 or something, and we were scared to death about like being able to afford the bike.
Taking out a loan on it.
And then 4 years later, we bought our house. So, isn't that crazy? Like, that
It's
is.
the good Lord above.
Yeah, that is nuts. Anywho, we're gonna play some cards. We're gonna do some pinochle, right?
Yeah, we
Maybe
are.
have
We're gonna
some-
beat ya.
Some cookies. They're not gonna beat us. You can't beat this. Look, it's bigger than your head. All right. So after my mom and grandma beat the tits off of us in Pinochle, we're heading to Giant to grab a couple of meals. We wanted to show you what we do for like. We're not always going out to eat. It may seem that way because we're always filming it for YouTube because it's more fun than showing us eat up a meal in the microwave. But most of the time we actually do pre-prepared meals that are actually pretty healthy. So we'll show you what that is. And I'm gonna get some my world famous chocolate milk, which is pretty much my guilty pleasure, but it's not as bad as you might think. So I'll show you that too. So I would imagine this is something you guys can do too. Most grocery stores have these pre-prepared meals sections. I mean, we can still do salmon. We'll just wait till tomorrow then. Yeah. But this is basically what it is, except just chicken.
And potatoes instead of rice.
Yeah, chicken, potatoes, broccoli, and carrots, and then that's what we do. This one is
They have
grilled
like
salmon.
beef stroganoff and lobster mac
Yeah,
and
but
cheese, meatloaf.
There's way too many carbs in all of these other ones. You just want healthy protein, vegetables, and a little bit of carb. Like it's a lot easier to lose weight when you're going low carb, which is what I've been doing, is just eating a lot less carbs. And like I said, I lost 7 pounds in about a month and a half. Teens lost 4 or 5 pounds. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. What are you doing?
That looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool.
Makes 8 tacos.
So we'll just not get anything. We'll wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, but you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I get my milk? There's no point.
No, we'll just get
All right,
tomorrow.
that sounds good. Teens is doing some work. What are you putting up? YouTube video? What we got?
Fashion Nova bikini try on.
Oh, a little preview? Look
The
at her
intro.
go. Look at her
Yeah.
go. Remember, we film, edit, and upload all these videos on our own. Very nice. She even filmed this one by herself too.
Well, I
Looking
put most of
good.
it by myself.
Looking very good. Well, I help whenever you want help, but I think they are almost better when you do it by yourself, honestly.
Are you
So,
hungry?
yeah, we're getting there. Let you finish doing your work, and I'll maybe check out my post that I put up. Actually, I'll show you guys. I did a post on my Instagram. Let's see here. You guys see this? There we go. I did a new house, or celebrating 4 years in our new home celebration post, and it got 28,000 views already in a few hours. I put this up this morning. But look, only 1.7K likes. I think they should just show impressions on Instagram now. Don't even show likes anymore. No one clicks the like on anything. No one's got time for that shit. I think they should just change everything to just be impressions. And then you could even turn those off if you wanted to, or if you want to put likes on, you can turn it on, but everything should just default, in my opinion, to just impressions. And then it doesn't matter if people like stuff or don't like it or whatever else, because sometimes if things are like sad posts, clicking like on that kind of seems weird. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I think that would make more sense. But yeah, we're gonna get some work done, and then we're gonna head out and get some food. Also, while Teen's in her office working, I wanted to make an announcement. We're gonna start choosing charities. We're gonna start out with Christina's OnlyFans, and I might actually do it with my Patreon as well. But each month or every collection of a couple of months, we're gonna pick charities, and we're gonna donate a percentage of just some money that we made through those platforms, and we're gonna donate it to the charity. So which one?
I've decided from now, whenever this is published, to the end of June.
Yeah.
Anyone that signs up to my OF page, whether you're a new subscriber or reoccurring, or you're coming back after taking a break, I will be donating to York County SPCA, which is a nonprofit that helps animals, and I utilize them all the time for their TNR program, which later on tonight you're going to see what that is. But I catch stray cats, feral cats out on the street around here, and then I fix them up, get them vaccinated, neutered, or spayed, and then release back out to help protect the cats. But they offer also adoptions for cats and dogs, rats, and guinea pigs, and it's a great organization, and I love them. Just since opening in 2013, they've done over 93,000 surgeries for the animals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, that's crazy though. Yeah. They're gonna be at 100,000. So I love this company. I've donated a lot of my money before, and resources and products I've bought for them. So I thought I would.
It's a great way to give back, yeah, and give people a reason to support. We do. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah. So this is one of them that I stand behind, and I will be doing it from now until June. If you sign up, I will be donating.
Yep. So another great reason to support her and what she does. And again, we create and manage all of our own pages. So when you are over there on her own OF page, it's her that you're actually talking to, and us that you're supporting. And then we're going to start supporting local businesses and charities, and then probably branch out from there.
Yes.
Which is really cool. So tonight for dinner, Tina Wieners gets to choose. She always chooses Duke's just for their dessert.
You know.
Last night I got to choose. I went to Ara for their drinks and their steak, which was phenomenal.
It's pricier too.
A little bit more expensive, but it's also very good. So yeah, we're doing Duke's for dinner. Maybe we'll catch a little bit of the game, although I'm not sure when it starts, so we'll see. All right, since we're celebrating, I did get some alcohol after I told you guys I haven't been drinking. I'm just gonna do one beer when I'm out, socially. Yeah. So I just got a Stella on draft. Very chill beer. Christina did a lemonade. Cheers to 4 years in our first house together. Right? All right, food has arrived. Jer Bear went with the salad. Like I said, I just want veggies and protein. That's all I want. This one actually has strawberries and walnuts. It's the strawberry chicken walnut salad. So that's what I had, and then strawberry vinaigrette dressing. So pretty healthy, lots of protein, lots of veggies.
You know who's not worried about her calories? Tina Wiener. Going with the sliders and French fries, best French fries.
They are phenomenal.
I've ever tasted. Yeah. Hands down, this place has the best French fries and the best dessert.
Yeah.
I'll put my money on it.
Those are actually really good too, the sliders. Look
and
at
I always
that.
take one home for the cats because I can't eat all of this.
Yeah. And I always eat her pickles. So that's what we're having. Pretty cheap meal. I'm healthy and she's not. And then of course when I talk about how we're trying to get back into the best shape of our lives, or just really good shape. Is
that empty?
We got the Sugar Monster, yeah. We got the Sugar Monster getting these.
Best dessert ever. Now, here's the thing about this place. The servers are the ones that make these, and they're different every time. So there's some servers that make them great and some that don't. So
that's a lot of.
This one is not the best.
Oh
delicious,
man!
But so delicious.
Yeah. We also had Cold Stone last night too. So I'm only gonna have.
It just opened up 3 weeks ago, and it's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm only gonna have a bite or two of this, and then I'm probably gonna finish the Cold Stone I have at home. But yeah, celebration. Look at that thing. We've been having some pretty gnarly storms lately, but after the storms, it looks beautiful. At least the sky does. Pennsylvania's not really the most beautiful. It's not terrible in the wintertime, or in the summertime.
Oh, winter are terrible.
But yeah, the house, 4 years, man, in this house. It does feel like home for sure, which is nice. And obviously Pennsylvania feels like home because I grew up here, but I definitely don't think I want to spend my whole life here. That's for sure. Unless I could go somewhere else in the wintertime for the whole winter, for the entire winter. For 8 months out of the year. Okay, so earlier we were talking about the York SPCA.
County SPCA, yeah.
And
the TNR program, Trap Neuter Release
yeah,
program.
Teens is actually gonna go try and catch it.
The neighbors have a new cat that showed up. I think they think it's a boy. His name is Oreo. So I have a traditional trap, but they think he's too smart for it. So I have one where it looks like a big square and you use a trigger to close
like
the
a video
door
game.
and trap it. So we're gonna see, is tonight a lucky night for us?
Okay, we'll see what happens.
See you later.
All right, we're finally home and chilling. We got the Golden State Warriors versus Houston Rockets game on. This is game 7. So I'm rooting for Steph Curry because he's getting towards the end of his career. So it'd be cool to see him go far deep into the playoffs again, even win another championship. It would be really cool. I was actually rooting for Los Angeles Lakers because obviously we lived out there. And then I like LeBron and I like Luka. So for them to be on the same team, I just think they're fun players to watch. And it's kind of like the old guard with LeBron being in his 22nd year, I think now, at 40 years old. Yeah, I'm playing with his son, and then Luka being like early, and he's like one of the most dynamic players in the league. So I was really hoping to see them go far. So I think it's entertaining. I enjoy watching them, but yeah, they got knocked out in the first round by Ant-Man, which I also like Ant-Man too. He's fun to watch.
His name is Ant-Man?
No, but that's what his nickname is. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of a little 4-year anniversary old school vlog style video for you guys. I plan on doing a lot more vlogs. I just right now am focused on trying to get the bike builds done because they've taken a long time, and the MV's actually in the shop getting finished up this weekend, and hopefully I can pick it up next week and finish up the content with that bike, get a date chosen, and then we'll do the giveaway with that one. Then we'll move on to the Diablo, and yeah, then we'll have more time to do vlogs and stuff like that. Stuff like this, which I really enjoy and people ask for all the time. But that's it.
It's a 4-year anniversary.
I know. Ooh. Crazy. It's been
Love the house.
It's been great. Just not where it is. Just not where it is half the year. Not where it is half the year.
Yeah.
We can pick it up like in the movie Up and just move it somewhere for the other half of the year. That would be fantastic.
I think we should do that. How many balloons it is.
Quite a few. But that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big old juicy thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye guys.